What's happening, guys? It's me, Drew, aka The Green Arrow, and this is my new introduction to Arrow Season 5.
My name is Oliver Queen. For 5 years, I was stranded on an island with only one goal: survive.
Oliver Queen is alive.
Now I will fulfill my father's dying wish to use the list of names he left me and bring down those who are poisoning my soul. To do this, I must become someone else. I must become something else.
What is happening, guys? It is me, Drew, aka The Green Arrow, and this is gonna be my review on that Arrow. So let's get into it. As we know from the week before, basically Ollie broke into a military prison and he basically got Dougal out. So this week was them, basically the whole Team Arrow basically going after Wild Dog and getting him back, you know. So they got back Wild Dog, and Wild Dog then says to Ollie, you know what, like, I think, right, we've got a bit of trouble here. And he basically says, well, why, what's wrong, kind of thing. He said, I kind of think I divulged your secret to Church. And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, well, he knows that you're Oliver Queen. He knows that you're the mayor. And Ollie was like, you know what, don't worry about it, you know, like, you're part of the team, it makes mistakes, he's tortured you. Because, guys, he tortured him, like, he tortured him, like, he just, yeah, he wasn't looking pretty for Wild Dog, man, I'll tell you that now. Like, he was battered. Like, Church made him basically dig his own grave, and he kept on telling him, you know what, at the end of it, you're going to be dead, you get me? Like, so just dig, and he was battering him, and, you know, he was, like, getting in his head, like, no one likes you, no one's coming for you, you're a failure, you get me? You failed in the army, you failed with the Green Arrow, you're just a failure, you get me? Keep on digging. And that's basically what he did. He kept on digging, and, like, he digged, but he didn't have to dig for too long, because what happened? Oh yeah, here comes Team Arrow. So you get to see Ollie firing off a couple of his arrows, pew pew, and, you know, it was great. You know, it was really good to see that he was back to being Green Arrow, firing a couple of arrows, beating people up and everything else. That was really good. You got to see, obviously, Artemis as well, Mr. Terrific and Ragman, and the oldest, newest member of the team, Spartan, is back. So they all decided to basically go after Church to bring him down, because after they got to that point there, Church ends up in fleeing once again, and he bumps into, I believe it was Prometheus. Now, if everyone remembers my other videos, I kind of like told you what's going to happen between Church and Prometheus. So, I'll get into that in a minute. But I have actually said in quite a few of my videos what is going to happen to Church. And yeah, basically what I said was going to happen came true. So it is all gravy. So, let's get back to it. So yeah, basically what ended up happening is after they got back Wild Dog, it was more of a what are we gonna do with him kind of thing. We can't have him back out there at the moment because, like, it's not gonna make sense, but we need to know what Church has planned, because obviously he told Wild Dog whilst he was interrogating him, because he thought he was going to kill him. So he was basically just getting in his head and trying to fry it and trying to confuse him and everything else. But at the same hand, everything he's saying, Wild Dog needed to know, because he could then relay it back to the team, so the team could then go forward in their mission and get Church. So basically, Wild Dog was stuck with Spartan. He was put into the Hive camp, and Ollie basically said to him, he ain't going nowhere until he recovers, or he tells you some kind of credible information that we most probably will need. So obviously Dougal does what Dougal does best, and he's sitting there and he's talking to him, and he's basically saying to him, listen, like, I'm not saying to you to remember exactly what happened or what went on. If you're like that, but just try your hardest to try and remember. So then he started asking him questions about why was he discharged from the army, and you know, why did he take the path that he decided to become a vigilante. And then, you know, Wild Dog flipped it on him and said, you know, well, why did you leave the army? You know, like what makes you such a badass? And you know, he then turns around to him and says, you know what, I killed my brother. Like, that's why I re-enlisted the army again, because I needed something to put myself into. I needed them to punish me somehow, and that's exactly what he did. So when he went to prison, he thought his punishment was fulfilled, like within full, until Ollie breaks him out. So he said to him, you know what, yeah, like, I wear my mask for penance, so to make sure that, like, I can repay the city what I did. So I done something really wrong and bad, but this mask helps me put everything right again. I wear it to show people can still have faith in everyone else, which was good speech. Like, he threw like Wild Dog's mask at him, and he basically said to him, you know what, if you want to help, stick that mask on and basically be the best that you can be, you know? Like, yeah, you messed up, you told fucking Church Green Arrow's secret, you told him he's Oliver Queen, but everyone makes mistakes. Everyone's entitled to a second chance, you know? And with that, like, Wild Dog's like, you know what, I think you're right, kind of thing. So they basically end up in going out. And Wild Dog has one more little, like, run-in with Church, and this is before they take Church down completely. Now, like, I'm still trying to figure out who Prometheus is. Like, he's someone we know. Like, he's someone we know. But anyway, before I get to Prometheus, let's get to the end of what happened with Tobias Church. So, Green Arrow takes on Tobias Church and his criminal empire, which is great. You know, you get to see Team Arrow taking on Team Church, and you know, Team Church is only ever going to go one way for him, and that was fucking straight away down into the pits of hell. So basically, Wild Dog ends up in fighting Church. Church ends up in fighting Wild Dog. This time, Wild Dog kind of gets the upper hand because he's got the team to back him this time, and they obviously take down the whole of Church's empire. Whilst doing this, they've took down the whole of Tobias Church's empire. And what they're looking to do is they're looking to basically put Tobias Church into Blackhall. Yeah? It ain't happening. It ain't happening. So, Tobias Church is in the back of the van, and he's basically being taken to wherever they're going to take him. Blackhall, some security place that they're going to take him. You hear all this... You're like, what the hell is going on? Like, next thing you know, Tobias Church is shitting himself. When I say he's shitting himself, he is shitting bricks. He tells the escort guard inside with him, don't open that door. You open that door, you're going to die. Like, just stay in here. Just like, stay in here. Don't go out nowhere. And he's looking around, and you can see he's really getting panicked. Like, you can see the panic in his face, and he's really like, what's going on? And you think to yourself, going on? Well, you know who's there. Yeah, you'll think to yourself, yeah, it's Prometheus. You're just about to have your ass handed to you by Prometheus, because Prometheus warned him so many times, if you try and kill the Green Arrow, I will kill you. There's no two ways about it. I will kill you. And if you think your big henchman, the last person you threatened me with, is going to do any good, I'll kill him as well as killing you as well. So Prometheus told Tobias Church, listen, if you fuck with Green Arrow, anyone related to the Green Arrow, I'm going to fuck with you in such a big way, you're going to die. And obviously Tobias Church, being Tobias Church, didn't really want to acknowledge that. And he was like, whatever, I'll do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. So get with the program and get stepping. And it kind of didn't work out for Tobias Church because, like I said, he was in the back of this van with this escort. Escort opens the door, first person to die, bang. He died. Well, obviously, he had all the other dead bodies who were, like, basically taking him to this Blackhall facility. But they all died. But they did kill the escort. Next thing you know, Tobias Church is sitting there, looking at Prometheus, and he said to Prometheus, you know what? I got a piece of information that you might need, so don't kill me. Prometheus is he's listening. All it is. And then Tobias Church goes, you know what? I know who the Green Arrow really is. I know who his identity is. It's Oliver Queen. Prometheus is looking at him and he's like, yeah, I knew that anyway. And he threw this like, it was rather like a throwing knife, or it was like an arrow or something. He just basically threw it at him. And that was the end of Tobias Church. As I knew, Prometheus was going to kill Tobias Church. And like I said, Tobias Church will die and Prometheus will rise. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Not quite sure who Prometheus is at the moment. I will get to finding out pretty soon who he is. But that's another conflict for Team Arrow to work with. I believe it's someone like rather Tommy Merlin or, like I said, Felicity's boyfriend. But I'm not quite sure at the moment. I'm still like between the two. But knowing my luck, it's most likely going to be neither one of those, and it's going to be someone completely out west out of field like freaking Quentin Lance, or the district attorney who's not going to be Vigilante, he's going to be freaking Prometheus. So like, I really don't know at the moment. I'm hoping to find out in the next couple of episodes who it's going to be. But that's it really, guys. That is the extent of what happened in the Arrow this week. Arrow's getting good. We're getting ready for the 4-night crossover, which is really good. So we're going to be starting to set up elements in different camps. So in Supergirl, in Legends of Tomorrow, Flash, Arrow, we're all going to be setting up for some really big like stuff. The 4-night crossover. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be happening pretty soon. I believe that's happening next week, which is going to be awesome. It's also Arrow's 100th episode as well. I didn't actually mention that in my Arrow. No, this is my Arrow video. It's going to be Arrow's 100th episode in a week's time, a week or two's time. Depending on when you see this, it'll be a week or it'll be 2 weeks. So, like, I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to have the 4-night crossover, which is going to take part in every single one of them, plus the JSA as well, which is going to be really good. I've really been looking forward to that, like, since last year. So I'm hyped for that. It's going to be really good. But that's it really, guys. That's what happened in the Arrow this week. And I'm kind of glad that Church is actually dead now. You know, like, take him out of the picture. Prometheus is now going to rise to power. And we're going to find out who Prometheus is. Obviously, we're not going to get to see the face of Prometheus quite yet. But we're going to see a lot of stuff from Prometheus, and you're going to get to know like a lot of why Prometheus is actually pissed off with the Green Arrow, and hopefully I can link what he says to certain people to who the character actually is. So that's going to be a great little adventure for me to take myself. But if you're new to the channel, guys, hit that subscribe button so I know you guys are out there. Hit the subscribe button to keep you informed with all things Arrow. Hit the like button, so obviously, like I said, I know you guys out there as well. I am, like I mentioned in my Flash Arrow, yeah, get that Flash Arrow review, that I am going to be doing like a little Marvel DC giveaway. I don't quite know exactly what I'm going to be giving away. I've got quite a bit of Marvel merchandise, so like I might be giving some of that away. So basically, I'll let you guys know what you got to do later on. But first off, you have to stick a like on the video, you know, and you have to be subscribed to my channel. And once them things are initiated, I will let you guys know how to enter this competition. But as always, guys, I have been your host, Drew, aka The Green Arrow. Straight shooting, people.